Saber Cats! Welcome to the 7th episode of CVTV.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Drew.
And we're your CVTV anchors.
This weekend is homecoming, and it has a few teachers feeling pretty nostalgic.
So we decided to ask some teachers to recall their memories from the past.
For my high school experience. Let's see, my high school experience was a difficult one. I was very much a struggling student during my first year, and at the end of my first year, right before school started in my sophomore year, I got into a major car accident. I was in the hospital for several weeks. I broke several bones in my hand. I dislocated both my shoulders and had a severe concussion and had a lot of other injuries throughout my body. But having almost lost my life in a car changed a lot of things for me, knowing that my life could be taken from me at any moment.
So the story of my high school experience, my best experience, I don't know if I had the best experience, but I was nominated on court my senior year for prom, and the day before I was supposed to go to the prom, my high school sweetheart stiffed me, and she went back to her old boyfriend. So there you go. But the good news is I did make the king of the senior prom after all, and so there you go. So, so that's the way it goes.
Although teachers are no longer in high school, they're still part of the high school experience.
Part of that experience is going to school events, such as plays.
Let's check out our theater program and see how they're preparing for their upcoming performances.
My name is Genevieve Maskinis. I am the props crew lead, so I organize and collect all the props for the show. I absolutely enjoy all the work that I can do, all the designing, all of the organizing, the planning, all of my members. They're so much fun. Props is very hands-on arts and crafts sort of work. We do a lot of crafting, we do a lot of organizing, a lot of research goes into props to make sure it fits the time period and fits the aesthetic of the show. My goals is to make sure everything looks nice and neat and to put on the best performance that we possibly can. No, this is not my first play. I have done every single production CV has put on since my freshman year, so that's about 5 productions that I've been a part of. And I chose this one because it's another show that we're doing, and I'm just so excited. We have such a shortened time limit. We usually put on plays within 2.5 months to 3 months, and now we only have 2 months. So that shortened time period plus a lot of newer people to the theater company is going to make it a little bit more challenging, but also a little bit more exciting.
My name is Robert Scott. I am a theater teacher, Castleview High School, director of the after school program along with our performing arts department. Why do we do the plays? So the plays are done to give students practice for all the skills that we teach in class. So we have everything from acting to tech theater to musical theater, so singing and dancing. So people get to do a lot of different things they don't get to do in class, and gives them a chance to get out there and shine on stage. So we're doing Arsenic and Old Lace. The play opens on November 10th, closes on November 13th. So we have a 5 performance run there. Yeah, we're excited about it. It's a show, it's a comedy, then it's also kind of slightly a thriller horror kind of story. It's kind of a mixture of both, so it's a lot of fun. So my vision for the play is to balance those two things, to have the scary moments where we have these characters who are very sort of animated and slightly, I want to say evil, but they've got slightly weird kind of tendencies. But then there's a lot of mistaken identities, and there's a lot of weird sort of, unexpected things that happen. So that leads to a lot of comedy. So it's a balance of the two. Directing can be fun. It's a lot of work, but the fun happens when you get up on stage and you start running through the show and you see all the components come together. So it turns out to be awesome, and the best fun is when you have an audience here and you get to have that feedback. Does make me very nervous, but if we've done our job, we're not going to be nervous because the nights of the show, we know what we're doing. It's just the nerves of being up in front of people and having them sort of be part of the experience, which is good, but also sort of nerve-wracking sometimes when you're kind of there for the very first time. So we feel lots of nerves, but positive energy kind of leads into great performances.
Mental health is something that many teens struggle with.
To help our CV students, our school has implemented some new resources.
Mental health is your emotional as well as physical well-being, how you interact with the world, how you see the world. And so a lot of times struggles come from anxiety, depression are key ones, stress can cause mental health issues. So it's really just there's a disruption and you're interacting with the world. So I actually got into school counseling because I had a close family member who struggled with mental health, and at that time it was something that nobody thought was okay to talk about. And so I wanted to go into school counseling so that people knew it was an okay thing to talk about, that we can let each other know what we're thinking and feeling. So typically how you overcome mental health is by opening up, by finding a trusted adult who can help you through the process. So here at Castleview, we have tons of resources in which you can get help. Getting help can look like a million different things. It could be tools and strategies that you develop. It could be seeing a psychologist. It could be medication. There's a lot of different ways to get help, but the first step is always talking to a trusted adult. So we're always going to encourage you to come see your counselor and talk about the issues that are going on.
Teen Health and Wellness Database. Well, it's a database that was published by a company called Rosen Publishing, who traditionally has made books for the library for students, specifically around topics and issues that teens care about. Things like teen pregnancy, depression, suicide, health issues, eating disorders. There's a whole bunch of them. Family life, drugs and alcohol. Anything that you can think of that a student might have questions about. Typically they would publish books on these different topics. Now what they've done is they've put these into a database, which is a great tool because students can access these same resources 24/7. They can get on them at school, they can get on them at home. So they've taken all these topics that would traditionally be in a book, put them all into a database, and then they've added some really neat additional functionality, like you can be interactive with other students. So you can experience what students that have some of the similar issues might be going through. Maybe somebody's going through divorce, and they can connect with information on here on that topic, as well as kids their own age that are experiencing that. And then they've added a few other features. They've added this hotline feature, which is really neat because students can go into the hotline and they can get like suicide hotline, school violence hotline, any topic you can think of, and all the information of who to call is right there. You can also get an app on your phone that gives you access to those hotlines as well as the full database. So they've really taken information that kids want to know and need to know and made it super accessible. Another fun feature that they've put into the database is this area that's called the Calm Room. And you can click on the Calm Room and you can get meditation, you can get soothing music, cute little puppies that are playing. So it's a database that you can use for serious research. If you're doing a project on something in class, you can certainly get citation information and use that information for a project. Or if you're just interested in a topic or want to know more about something, it's a really valuable resource for students. To use Teen Health and Wellness, it's really easy. You can go to so it's the URL is teenhealthandwellness.com. You can sign in with your Google Universal Sign-In just by clicking on the login quickly and then sign in, or you can use the login and password, which is CastleviewHS, all together one word. So login CastleviewHS, password CastleviewHS, and you're in. And if you're interested, you can also download the Teen Health and Wellness app from the App Store. Same thing, you can click on it to get all the hotline numbers are there, or you can sign in using the CastleviewHS login information and gain access to everything in the database.
With the new database at our disposal, our students can hopefully get the help that they need.
On a slightly higher note, our school had the Saber Cat Stomp this past Saturday.
So we decided to see what that was all about.
We had a game that the kids would play to try to win a goldfish. to do on the weekend? Ooh, good question. I don't know. I mean, obviously the one where you win a fish. Every year that I've been a coach here, so probably 7 years, or I guess we didn't do it last year, so but yeah, we do it every year.
We were the girls lacrosse team and I brought fish.
Looks like the stomp was a lot of fun.
Next up, we have a segment that some of you might remember from last year, Cooking with Maya.
This time, she's cooking a special dish for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Let's check it out.
It's Cooking with Maya again, and today I'm going to be making chili con carne. You can find the full recipe on bettycrocker.com. National Hispanic Heritage Month is a period from September 15th to October 15th in the United States for recognizing the contributions and influence of Hispanic Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States. The observation started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson and was expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to cover a 30-day period, starting from September 15th and ending on October 15th. It was enacted into law on August 17, 1988, on the approval of public law. The day of September 15th is significant because it is the anniversary of independence for Latin American countries Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. In addition, Mexico and Chile celebrate their Independence Days on September 16th and September 18th, respectively. Also, Columbus Day, or Dia de la Raza, which is on October 12th, falls within the 30-day period. They also include holidays that recognize Hispanic contributions, such as the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico Friendship Day, that is celebrated in the U.S. Virgin Islands. On September 14th, 2021, President Biden issued a presidential proclamation on National Hispanic Heritage Month. Here is a short quote from his speech, and I quote, "Our communities are represented by Hispanic elected officials, and our children are taught by Hispanic teachers. Our future will be shaped by Hispanic engineers who are working to develop new technology that will help us grasp our clean energy future by the skilled union workers who are going to build it." End quote. Hispanic people have been growing in population in our country over the past few years, making it the second largest group of people in the United States. Hispanic people come in all shades and races, meaning there is so much culture within this one group. As a country, we would not be where we are today without the work of Hispanic immigrants. For the Hispanic community, this holiday is important because they feel recognized and appreciated for everything they do.
That's all from CVTV this week.
To see more from us, check us out on our website at cvstudentmedia.com and our Instagram at cvstudentmedia.
And once again, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Drew.
And make sure to tune in next week
for CVTV.